Oh, yeah.
What it do?
Oh, yeah.
Like I say.
There it is, boys.
Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I'm currently cleaning my blade.
I am Ryan's brother Dan, and my face has changed, but not what is inside. Everything I ever knew is still in my head. Use it! For the love of the light, use me!
And I'm practicing diffidence, apparently. I'm gonna practice. I'm not sure what diffidence means. But yeah, I'm gonna practice it. That's why I'm gonna practice it, and then I'll figure out what it means.
I think it's a sauce that you have with goose.
Goose sauce?
Yeah, or veal, like veal diffidence.
Ah.
Ryan, you have a light?
I'm a little darkened, aren't I? Let me fix that.
Pretty dark, yeah.
Is my mouth not matching my voice? What's happening?
No, you're doing great.
Everything's going great. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about episode of 96. 96. We were 4 away from 100.
That's how old Queen was when she died.
Yeah. God save the Queen.
And two fails.
Man.
God did not save the Queen.
You know, it's weird how everyone is shocked and saddened that a 96-year-old woman died of natural causes.
Yeah.
We didn't see it coming.
Give back the jewels. Sorry.
You know, I
can't wait, guys! I can't wait to see the new King Charles III money. We're gonna get some new money, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of. It's gonna cost a lot of money to print all that money.
It's gonna cost a lot.
Did you see that asshole telling people to clean the desk in front of him?
He's a fucking king, Ryan.
Yeah.
I would say clean this shit up too. You're lucky I don't have you flogged. I could have you flayed alive and put your head on a spike.
That was
I can do all this stuff. I'm a king.
That was a male Elida move right there.
Yeah, maybe.
A little dark, buddy.
But hey, it stands. You know, as far as king moves, saying, "Hey, can you move this shit?"
No, yeah, I mean, it's a little too on the nose, Dan.
He could have put ketchup on it and thrown it against the wall, Ryan.
Yeah, that would have been leadership. All right, speaking of leadership, we have special guests. Let's bring him in. You know him, you love him.
You know you love him.
Yeah. It's not the first time you've seen them, but they are first-time readers.
You'd like to know them biblically.
Special guest. Oh.
You know what? I would like to know Josh biblically. You're right.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Yeshua?
I bet you there's a lot of intense gazing.
Bringing down the walls of Jericho.
So, I read so fast, yes.
That's quite a hat.
It's my Matt
Robert
hat.
Jordan hat, isn't it?
It's my Matt hat.
Matt hat.
Oh, it's going to be fitting for later. You'll see.
That was the Hadnan Kadir hat, but he bought it.
He bought it. And then,
Okay,
and
you know
then
what? Make it any hat you want. I don't know all the people.
You're looking great, Kay. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Good. Fabulous.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us. Josh, I'm doing great. Josh, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing all right.
I'm hearing an echo. Where is this coming from? Let's address it. Kay, is it you? Let's fix it.
I don't hear any.
I am turning.
And I'm going to get my glasses. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Let's see. Do we have an echo now?
No,
right?
It is gone, yes.
It is Kay.
All right. Kay, it's you. We got you.
Dan was also gone.
It's happening.
Yeah, but I
again
muted
now.
you and it stopped.
All right.
I
I fixed it. All right. No, we fixed it. This is just another professional introduction for this amazing show that we've been putting on. 1,098 shows we put on, and we still can't get the intro right. Who do we blame? Blame the writers.
You.
Writer team, you're all fired.
Yep. All of you. All you guys. Out of here.
Wait, we have writers?
Zero writers.
They're definitely fired then.
They're super fired. I've gotten 0 scripts in all the months.
It's because you're wearing a different beanie.
Probably.
I do feel like we all need to put on a hat before the end of this show.
Right?
But let's get into the chat. Hey, well, let's get into the chapters. I think we lost Brother Dan. But hey, let's get into what is it? Chapter 26. Tom, you want to take us through the chapter?
Didn't we read 26? I thought we finished on 26.
Did we finish 26?
No, we did not do 26 last
Yeah.
We didn't do 26. Okay.
We did not do 26. Yeah.
Then I am more prepared then because I did 26 last week and I did up to 30 this week. I'm amazing.
There you go. That's what she said.
So this is Sally Dara.
Sally Dara.
My stage name for a little while.
Sally Dara seems like it would be one of the owners of Lassie.
Genius.
You know, and Sally
Fire-
Dara,
we were firing those writers.
I mean,
Right?
that's like saying, hey, guys,
Ouch, Tom. Ouch.
hey, I don't know exactly where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go find someone named Tara Hassie.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't know what that means at all. Or you gotta go to
Right. Don't go sideways on me, buddy.
you gotta go see a woman named Minnie
Polis.
Polis.
Wow.
And it's like Minnie Polis. Where would we have to go? Oh, Minneapolis. I mean, it's just right on the nose, isn't it?
She lives next to Miss Ippy.
Right.
No?
Mrs. Ipipi. Here, can you actually, Tom, can you show us exactly where we're talking about when we're referring to Sally Dara?
Sally Dara. Yeah, so Sally Dara. So here we are. We were in Ebudar recently, which is down here. Hi, Ebudar.
Is there a cold front coming in?
Oh yeah, it's coming in from the north, up in this area, and then we're gonna come down. It's gonna come down way
Down through Seattle,
way
through Nevada,
I'm eating saladera. And I was,
down to New Mexico.
Okay, so
Texas.
that's amazing. Tom, can we see your stick?
my stick. Oh,
Yeah, it's the only time you'll ever be able to legally hear that request. Can we see your stick?
Don't show it, Tom. Don't show.
All right.
they kicked me off the show as soon as my stick came out.
Yeah.
Jealousy. It was jealousy, wasn't it?
His
You got
stick is
edited.
correct.
You got edited.
Sally Dara, this is the Min chapter.
Yeah. it
No,
came-
W. Howard.
And she's seeing halos of greatness all around Logain, which is a little weird. Logain is in his dourest mood. He hasn't talked to anyone for weeks. But what do you know? She's like, well, I mean, she's convinced. She's like, hey, if he was bleeding on the side of the road, I'm sure he would be fine. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's where we're at.
Yeah, the zoomed in one. So I accidentally did the next chapter, but that works still too. So here we are. Here's our area. I'm gonna duck down so that we could see it. Ignore the Indiana Jones traveling line and just hum dun 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 in your head. That's for the next chapter. But Saladar is down here. See it? Hi, Saladar.
That's
Ebudar is
Saladar
just
right there.
where I'm going right now. It's down here, and we could see Amadicia, which is the head of the capital for the White Cloaks. And I made a little purple dot over here. That's where Nynaeve and Elaine are. So it's actually pretty close if you look.
Awesome. Thank you.
Come back to
They
this
traveled
map again.
through
Next chapter.
Yeah, they traveled through most of Murundi there, right?
Yeah. But real quick before we go by, I want to just give a shout out to Rob Christensen. This is part of his map that he has that he made. Rob Christensen does Weekly Well News and stuff. And if I was good at my job, I would have his Twitter handle prepared, but I'm not, and I don't. So
I think it's at Weekly Will News.
it could be.
We'll
It
see.
also- It also might be Rob
I know. Hey, I wish
Rob Christensen. It's just Rob. Wow.
Yeah, too bad we don't have any mods who are not on their phones right now.
It's literally just Rob Christensen. It's Rob
Who could just drop in some links for us?
His thing is at Rob Christensen. That's how bad I am.
Well, no, he's been doing the weekly wheel news for a long time. In fact, the puppets were on the page at one time, which was a great honor for us.
Oh yeah. We got like 5 Twitter subs after that. It was amazing.
It
was like such a jump.
1,000, Ryan. We just passed 1,000.
We did. No, that's correct. We did.
And we're
pass
getting up to our 100th episode. We're getting all the milestones right now.
Yeah, but like, you know what? I think it's way cooler just like not even acknowledge that. And we dream big, dream bigger.
Thanks, guys.
Dream bigger. I look like I don't think I have a penis because I'm always dreaming bigger.
I am OCD, and so this type of thing, even numbers make me happy.
Yeah. You want 2 penises?
I want
Yeah, binary.
Ryan, you should know they're called Peni.
Peni? Oh yeah, Rudimentary Peni. Yes, one of my favorite bands. Tom, we can have a podcast about Rudimentary Peni.
Perfect. You know, they're not actually called penises unless they're from the penis region of France.
Well, what do they call? What are they called then?
Sparkling flesh rods.
Sparkling. I like glistening better than sparkling, but let's go.
Sparkling's a good term. I'm sticking with sparkling.
I know, but hey, I've never been turned on by sparkle. Glisten, yes. Sparkle, no.
What, you weren't turned on by the sparkle?
Bedazzle, no.
Hey, listen, that was a great movie, sir.
Pop up your Lumen map again, can you?
For the next chapter that we're going to pretend is also
no, exactly, because Min actually mentions. So it says here that 15 days now they have ridden west and south from Lugar.
It's a Min mention. Okay, a Min mention.
So they've been going for at least 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, 15 days. South and west from Lugard. So that joint.
Does that seem like far? Okay. Yeah. Lots going on. Lots going on.
They do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of traveling. That's a long way, I feel like.
Right. Leanne is a big ass flirt. That's her job. is to be a Damani.
Yeah, I mean that's like her superpower now that she can't channel.
But she's the worst at it. She hasn't gotten laid since she's been stilled.
Well, hold on. Her smiles and glances had twice gotten them rooms where the innkeeper had said there were none, lowered the bill at those and 3 more, and on 2 nights earned barns instead of bushes.
All right, yeah, that's right. So she's a, what is that called? I'm not gonna say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. We're moving on. Hey, she's not been laid. I'm putting my foot down.
You don't think she's giving blowjobs like all over the place?
I think like a firm handy is all she's given.
Dude, she has 81 ways to touch a man's penis.
81?
109 ways to kiss.
Yeah, 93 ways to touch their face.
And how many shades? And how many shades of gray, Dan?
Has 165 though.
50.
50. Go.
Ryan's losing it already. We're like not even 20 minutes into the show.
I'm not used to like these eyebrows. Like it adds so much when he says 50 with those eyebrows. And I'm drunk.
Okay. So Sally Darrow, what's the chapter icon for this one? It's just the Wheel of Time, right? It's the snake with the figure 8. Perfect.
But they get into a town. Apparently, this town has been somewhat abandoned since the White Cloak War, they call it. But as they're walking in, there's a whole bunch of kids running around. There's And
Yeah, there's more like there are more
kids.
kids than moms, right? Like it's a weird like more kids
There's
than
not
moms.
enough kids. They said there's not enough for a town.
Oh, not enough kids. Right.
So we do have our first drinking
Totally not
obligation
Guiding.
because guess what, guys? They were men who were moving with wolfish grace. Who do you think those could be, huh?
They're totally not Guiding. Totally not.
So,
Yeah. Are they in Val and Luca's wolf? Yeah.
They're doing a interpretive dance based on wolves.
do you think that Robert Jordan like knew a lot about wolves? Did he
None.
was
Zero.
there a zoo like the Charleston Zoo that he hung out and saw wolves? I mean, what? there's a
Are there
lot
any
of-
wolf-faced sword
love
forms,
wolf.
Brother Dan?
Yes, there is. There's 3 of them.
Oh.
Okay, go on. Name one,
Wolf bearing its fangs.
2.
Hopper flying down from phantom space.
That's the best.
Okay, and then 3.
Licking one's nuts while people watch.
Okay. That's my favorite. I think more deaths have come from that one than any of them. Could you just
Yeah,
you think like you
it's
basically
all-
go, you're like shoo, get out of here, stop licking your nuts, and all of a sudden, ah!
Yeah.
Speaking of death by nut licking, KayK, welcome back.
Hi, thank you so much. Sorry.
All right, we're ready.
Darker when we were in here.
There we go. We're all and there. Bam. We all agree. Doves.
Yeah.
I'm not
All
sure
right.
which angel. Maybe the angel of death.
I think she's definitely talking about you, Tom.
Yay!
Susan, please you tell me, and I'll help you. I'll help you guide yourself to your own truth if I can help.
Wait, what?
Wait, where am I? Yeah, like I don't know, but like give me some clues and like I'll Google Earth it. I have some.
Hold on, where are we, Tom?
You should use what 3 words?
Down
We're
there.
right there. We're okay.
Okay, yeah. What 3 words? All right.
Have
are
you used that
look-
app?
No,
In this
great.
area.
You have an echo again.
it's probably okay. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so that's.
All right.
I don't
Hey
know.
there.
yes. Speaking of me,
Cute.
wait. Were your ears burning, Rob, or you're just talking about you?
Burning.
You know, it is a cool map, and let's just zoom in just a tiny bit, just to look.
Yeah.
Once, sorry,
Oh.
go for it.
You got it. You got. Yeah.
I'll get out of the way so we can see it real good.
Yeah, duck down. I mean, look at this. This does have a feel of a Tolkien map to me, which
Yeah,
I preferred. I mean, I honestly kind of preferred versus the Wheel of Time map. This has this like kind of the dynamic of it is fun to look at, and there's so much detail in tiny little villages in like Altara. You see Whitebridge over there, and it gives it some scale and
I'm
definition.
on mute right
love
now,
this, man.
so I've got it in my ear.
I'm super. I really like the way that he did Dragon Mount. You know, there's no bias there, but I really do like the way he did Dragon Mount, which we'll see in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys
The whole
just
map.
savor this. Look at this.
Or at least the whole Westlands. That's the Westlands. Like, look, we even have look how much of the blight he did. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it just kind of gives a really nice scale.
Yeah, and
Um,
this map, which is better than any of the maps in the books, has the threefold land.
Right.
Yeah, the Isle Waste. I'm back.
You're back.
My laser pointer works on the map. Yeah, look, it pointed stuff.
Oh, look at, jeez, Tom.
Amazing technology.
And let us know if we're gonna get hail or a tornado anytime soon, would you? Okay.
I will.
What,
I'll
if you see it
hold on,
the
hold on.
meteorological
You're
map.
talking to me now. Hold on, let me. Yes. Yes. Yep. Okay. Yep. It's gonna be raining cats and dogs.
In from the north.
Yeah,
Oh
coming
wait,
in from the north, it's gonna be
north.
raining meteors when. I can't say who because that's a spoiler.
Nope.
Hey, you know what? It
Okay.
would be the
Hey,
easiest.
cut it
job
with
in
the
world.
weather spoilers. Cut it with the weather spoilers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that tells us too much.
Yeah.
How easy would it be to be the meteorologist of the waste? Piece of cake. Looks
It's
pretty
hot.
dry.
Yeah.
Hot.
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah, hot. Real
I
hot.
see a
not gonna
tumbleweed.
You're gonna sweat.
It's hot, hot, and hot. Hot,
Yeah,
I like
hot,
that
hotter.
Good Morning Vietnam reference.
Talking about yourself, Kay.
What?
So they get into
Oh
this-
yeah.
they get into Salidera. What do you know? It's Saladar. Who knew that, right?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Whoa. Mind blown. Everyone's, had no idea. It's swarming with Aes Sedai and warders. And this is the rebel camp. When Elida became the deposed Swan and took over as Amerlin, apparently there was a lot of these women who said fuck no and left.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they all went here.
They sally.
It was kind of crusty the way
sallied away.
They sally don't. Yeah.
Sally forth. All right, I'll stop.
Including Shiriam. Shiriam seems to kind of be in charge. Or is, but
Kind of.
but
She is
Swan-
one of the most powerful channelers there, technically.
and that matters to them for right now.
Oh, I have so much to talk about in the next chapter about how these Aes Sedai are behaving. It's so frustrating. It's something I never really understood reading it for the first time, and it still frustrates me to no end.
Say more.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in the next chapter, though.
Okay.
Spoilers for the next chapter, please.
The only thing I don't have much
That-
highlighted in this chapter.
That's a great line, Boz Imsaho. I'm glad you can't sleep tonight because that's just super funny.
Silvery mist. Power.
So we the Swan and Leanne go into the inn, but everyone's like, Min, why the hell did you bring Logain here? That's pretty weird. And how'd you find us? That's also pretty weird.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck, why are you talking to me? Ask Swan. And they're all, what? And there's Swan being as surly as ever. She's like, you guys suck, don't you? You ain't got shit going on, do you?
I love Swan takes it on so many levels. Like there's the whole like obviously you can't channel. You can't like bully anybody with your power. But then there's like the personal shit where people are like, bitch, you've been an asshole since you've been a novice. And the more you got power, the worse you got. So you want me to fucking support you? You suck.
I actually wanted to ask one thing before we jump to 27 to Josh and Kay and see what you guys think. So we've been hearing a lot, and I don't know, you might have said this already, but I'm not sure. So anyway, we hear a lot of Logain's glory. So specifically, Min mentions it in this chapter when she's thinking about
Yeah.
Bryant.
It's just like the most amazing money shot. He's like, wow.
Well, it's a crown too. He's got
Logain
golden-
just every time she sees Logain, it's like, oh my god.
He's got a golden crown on his head.
Uh-huh.
Or golden shower. I'm not sure. He's not the president.
I think she sees him coming down a golden escalator.
Ha! So,
Dan fucking in. That's what. I'm glad you committed to that. Oh,
It went all the way down.
yeah. Tom's on the glorious ladder.
I'm in the glorious rowboat. Sorry. Okay. But she specifically, whenever she says she knows what a viewing means. She like it 100% will come true as that. So she says Logain is destined for glory few men dream of. I was just wondering what you guys thought that was.
Yeah.
Like if you had if I held a gun to your head and was like, tell me me now.
Tell me.
Ooh, I think we
Well,
should.
I think Josh's thing is going to be way more accurate than mine. So
We're not looking for accuracy.
Yeah, we're wildly speculate.
Yeah, wild speculation.
okay, say the question one more time.
Okay. Logan. All right. So Logain was destined for glory, such as few men dreamed of. Specific, that's a quote from Min, or her thoughts at least.
Right, her thoughts. Yeah.
So what is that glory?
So that few men are destined. Okay, so he's been like fading out, right? And like he has this halo above his head, and
He's listening to My Chemical Romance.
he's going through it, and I would wildly speculate that he miraculously does not die, and is reinstated in some way of some kind.
Well, he's been gentled, but do you think so? That's where his like moping is all about. He doesn't have his powers anymore. He's lost them for like quite a few months.
I do think that just based on other chapters later on, I think that he is moping and he's like severely depressed. So I didn't think that when I read this chapter, though.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. He's just like exhausted. He's getting weary because he doesn't have his powers. He's like getting drained, and all of the symptoms, I guess, that come with that type of thing. Not having a power anymore.
First off, yeah, Kay, I love that. Boz, don't apologize. I do like this comment that he thought Logain was listening to The Cure, which I just was myself today. 2 hours of The Cure live in 1988. It was amazing. Brother Dan?
Something you want to talk to us about?
Yeah, well, no. Yeah,
He's not ready.
absolutely not. I'm not
He's
ready.
not ready.
Was that the Disintegration Tour?
Brother Dan, yes, it was.
That Disintegration Tour was so good. Fascination Street Live kills it.
and I got kicked out, right?
Yes, and you got yes at a food fight
Yeah. Yeah.
at Dodger Stadium.
Was it during Susie or Love and Rockets? It was during Love and Rockets.
During like between before The Cure came on, everyone got bored and it was raining food. It was the most obscene thing I've ever seen. Everyone was just throwing everything. And you say one thing.
I threw nachos.
You threw nachos.
You say one
Gary
thing.
said, "Kid, you got to go." Ryan's a 6'7",
I was profiled for being 6'7".
15-year-old, and he's like, "What?"
I
And
was
so
like, what?
we got
I carted off, and then what had happened? My favorite song,
Well, I
Disintegration. Disintegration started. They started the show with Disintegration, and the crowd started going, yes. And somehow I got in because you had an extra ticket, right? Anyways.
Grace had an extra ticket, but I remember you were standing outside and there were bars like you were in prison.
Like I was
like, "Man, help me." But you could have walked away, but I was like, and Grace was like, "Oh, wait." And that ticket was for the floor. She chose to hang out with us in our shitty seats, but she had floor tickets. And she's like, "I have a ticket."
She had floor tickets?
Yeah, she had a floor ticket. Yeah, with Navette and Reagan, I think.
Right. Oh yeah, my
is
God.
the best.
He says he jumped through nachos, but we really mushed them into the face of a child. I know.
Yeah.
And then I threw the child. It was like I got it's a whole court thing. It's all. Let's move on, guys.
Allegedly.
Thank you.
But that was Grace and I's kind of first date.
It really was. Yeah, and then Dan finally got laid. It was amazing. It was all like because she was like, "Oh my God, you're a hero," and then Dan got laid. But really, it was just
not disgrace G Mama like that. I'm sure she waited for like at least 3 dates.
Gentlemen, God damn it! But I did have to pay for the ticket. You know what I mean?
Like we were saying, Josh, what do you think Logain's glory is?
Yeah, it's been that kind of show. So I think I've said this before. I think there's two possibilities. One is that Elida really does capture or find him and puts him in a position where he becomes known as the Dragon Reborn.
Okay.
That's my theory. One of my theories. The other theory is that it's more about history, in that rather than in the present him achieving glory, instead in the far future he would be known as the Dragon Reborn rather than Rand.
Okay.
Oh,
Those are my two ideas.
I like
Okay.
that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay.
Which of them is true? I don't know. And then we don't have enough information at the moment. To
Well,
really, like, make it
definitely
out.
one of the two are true.
Not necessarily. There could be
No.
lots of others.
I mean,
Kidding. I'm always
yeah.
Josh has all the answers, so clearly it's one or the other. But it's not.
Re false dragon.
I
Yes,
don't
exactly.
know, because we have to raffo all the time.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see where y'all guys were going with that one.
Hadn't thought about that one as much. As
Well, I mean, she says it like every time she sees him.
She
Hey.
does.
You know
Yeah.
what?
She's just
That
like, oh
does
my
not
God,
fix
he
the
has a
brain.
huge future.
I mean, I guess another option would be he actually gets put into power somewhere. Not necessarily by Elida, but through some other mechanism, either through the other Aes Sedai or through
Okay.
Or
You
what?
think
Keep
Lyda's
going.
gonna be
Keep
in
it.
there much
Speculate.
longer?
Gareth Bryn leading him
Oh, he just.
to success, like conquering a kingdom or like
Ah.
defeating the Dark Friends in a kingdom and then placing Loghain in power there. I don't know.
I mean, it is a crown.
Yeah, it's a crown.
But then she says like success, like no man, the few men I've known, right?
Yeah, few men have ever dreamed.
Dreamed of. All right, so yeah, like yeah, and
Throne
which is
of Andor.
ooh, like married. Oh,
No men. I mean, men dream of it. But.
so if like just hypothetically, if Elaine married Loghain, would Loghain be a king?
I think she
Can you be a king through marriage, or you have to be a king through lineage?
consort, I think, right? He would be like the king.
Yeah, I
King,
think
yeah, the
you're-
Queen's consort.
Right, so you'd be the king's consort. Okay, so we now have a new queen consort, right?
Correct, but that was there was some controversy in that but the queen that just passed away, she
R.I.P.
said that she granted that title. She said it
Finally.
would be my wish that Camilla is named queen consort.
What the?
Well, because she was divorced at one point. They were both
Bullshit.
divorced and remarried. So there was some kind of controversy. So she had to kind of bless
Jesus.
that shit.
I gotta make one comment though about this because I
Fuck
saw
all
an
that.
older Irish woman was interviewed by the BBC and they asked her what she thought about it, and she said,
And she says, Is that what she
Ryan, are you
said?
trying to do a Life
"Hey,
of Brian
you're Irish,
impression?
right?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Not offensive because you're Irish."
Yeah, you're right. I'm 100%, so I can see this. Yeah. What did she say though?
She said, "Oh fucker, I would put a string of garlic around her neck and a cross on her chest to make sure she doesn't come back."
Yes! Yes! I stand by my roots.
Damn,
Yes.
she's cold. Old ass woman like
Did
Did you hear about the vampire woman that they dug up a corpse that had a sickle right across her neck? So if she had reanimated, it would have cut off her head.
Really?
Yeah, and they had a padlock on her big toe, like on her left
Was
foot.
this in Ireland?
It's a cut about it.
Here's
Do you have any cards?
Karen. Heavy Winker Blair.
That was Queen.
Hey guys, we're not going to make it through 4 chapters, so we don't bother.
Well, we never do. We never do. I'm like, I telling Dad, we'll never get through 4. He always wants it.
What do we got?
But Josh is right. Like,
But-
we're not going to get through 4 chapters. But this the fourth chapter is like it is a bit.
It's so good.
It's so good too.
Can we just skip to it?
Yeah, let's just
There.
talk.
Can we get to it?
There's more shit going on in that chapter. The first 4 minutes of that.
Hold on. So
I
Swan and
promise, I
Liam
promise
and
we'll
Min and Logan get to Solidaire. Is there anything that that you wanted to mention, Josh and Kay,
Thank you.
before we move to chapter 27?
I didn't hear lots of this conversation.
Well,
Parts of it.
so
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. We were talking about the Backstreet Boys.
Okay,
Whether or not
cool.
which
Let's
which
move on.
Wahlberg
I'm
we
good.
like
Then
best.
Let's just go on. Let's just
Yeah.
scooch.
Wait, is Gawain and Galad like Donnie and Mark Wahlberg?
wow.
I really liked
I wanna
Donnie
glad-
Wahlberg as a child.
Or is it like
I'm afraid
Joaquin
to
and like
admit.
River Phoenix?
I would love to think of them as like the Wahlbergs. That's my headcanon now. Cowan and Glad are
I have-
Donnie and
I have
Mark
this
Wahlberg.
highlighted as a question to ask Josh and Kay from this chapter.
Go for it.
So, it would be far. Where I just jumped ahead so I could see what I had. Okay, so it's they're talking to the Aes Sedai in the room. So we get through blah blah blah. They walk through. They go into the little room where the Aes Sedai are. Karlinia Sedai says it would be far better, Pale-cheek Karlinia Sedai, cut in icily, if you had died, as the rumors said. Speaking to Swan. Min, for an instant, saw an image of a raven floating beside her dark hair.
All
More
right.
the-
Look like a tattoo, right?
yeah. She said more of a drawing of the bird than the bird itself. She thought it might have been a tattoo.
That's so crazy. All right. I'm so glad you brought that up, Tom.
Yay,
What are you going to think about that? I tried.
Yeah, Tom, I didn't bring up an obscure thing that Kay did not even notice.
was
Josh,
passed down.
did you notice that? And do you have any thoughts on it?
Shadow eyes.
Shadow eyes.
Did you
Oh,
say
'cause
Kay
Raven
had
can, like,
nothing,
hide
didn't
the
even
dark.
know this? Is
I
that what
just-
said? You just said, oh, Kay didn't even know this.
I
Josh,
said-
what do you think?
I said notice. Notice. It's all good. I'm just being helpful. All right, so Josh, you thought it was like the Raven Eyes, the dark one?
Yeah, either Black Aja or something about the
What do you think the
shadow
tattoo
eyes.
has meaning? Do you think it has any meaning, it being a drawing or a tattoo?
I don't really know. Not enough information to make any
Right. Yeah,
about it.
it's so weird. And I'm glad you brought that up, Tom.
I also liked the ball of snakes on the chair back
Yep.
behind the Aes Sedai's head. I thought that was also fascinating.
Because it's all tangled instead of like
Yeah, like a tangled. We actually saw a ball of water moccasins when I was out mountain biking this weekend. It was super freaky.
terrible.
Wait. A ball of water moccasins?
Yeah, there were like 6 water moccasins all tangled up in a ball in the water, like roiling about.
Like a crime
Which
scene?
they do.
Is that how they bone?
Wait. Is that what water
They bone,
moccasins
I think,
do?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing to see.
They ball up?
It was like a hydra. It was like a 6-headed hydra water moccasin. It was fucking freaky as fuck.
That's awesome.
Is a water moccasin a shoe apparel?
Oh goodness.
I'm sorry. I thought a
That's
water
what Indians
moccasin.
would wear when they cross.
I thought they wore moccasins
their
to
water
like protect their
moccasins.
feet. Yeah, I swear to God. Like, help me out. What is a water
Water moccasin,
moccasin?
it's a snake.
snake.
It's a poisonous snake. A very poisonous snake. Also
Mother-
called cottonmouth.
Okay, I'm like, hey, I'm happy to be insulted. Hey, insult me now. I'm ready.
you
I
guys-
did not know.
you guys-
I thought a water
No
moccasin was
insulting.
I thought a moccasin was a shoe. Forever, right?
No?
Yeah.
So let me ask one more thing, actually, of you, Josh, as well. So it says
So-
while they're talking to about.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's a difference between venomous and
Venomous.
poisonous.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I don't know these things. I don't know what this. I'm leaving.
Can y'all hear me?
All right. Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Oh, you can. Okay, cool. I noticed my video was lagging really far behind, and I wasn't sure if I was like.
No,
Dan, you had
yeah,
a
we hear
question?
you. So when they were interrogating Swan, they got into all kinds of things, and someone says, "I do not believe she helped Mazrim Tame escape, but if she
Yeah.
appears here with
I remember.
him, maybe she did."
Mhm.
Have we heard anything about Mazrim Tame lately?
Not in a
before
while.
this?
Not for a while, yeah.
Okay, so he escapes. Apparently?
I'm not even sure when the last time like they mentioned his name was.
Yeah. And I
think
thought it was
when
Mazrim
we were-
Taim.
Taim, yeah. I thought it was
Taim.
when the last person who mentioned it was
Sounds
the
good.
white cloaks.
Oh, when they ran into them,
Ooh,
Yeah, I think.
possible.
okay. Taim. Yeah, so here we have Ryan. Do you know what a thong is? Josh, are you a Southern boy?
Ryan does not.
Taim.
Josh might be.
I
Yeah.
am indeed a Southern boy. I mean, if you
No,
count
yeah.
Florida as being part of the South. Yes.
I am. I only. Hey, full coverage. If I see a thong, I say, God, Balsamon, protect me.
Balefire.
Oh,
No.
I remember. I remember now. They one of the reasons they or Elida used to still Swan was that she made up a rumor, or someone made up a rumor that she helped free Mazrim Taim.
Mazrim Taim. Right, yeah.
Mesm time.
And
Taim.
he was in, I want to say, Saldea, because that's
Saldea.
why
Is in
Yeah.
the Wheel of
No.
Time.
Which is why the White Cloaks knew about him.
Wait, Mazrim Taim.
time.
Does he have something
Time
to do with
or-
time?
No,
Does
good.
he need time?
Well,
Oh, you almost answered
Raffo.
that. So no, but good guess. Thank you, Ryan.
We're proud of you.
I said Raffo. Oh no.
No, you said no.
Raffo. I want to say
Rappo.
like I want to say like speculate and find
Which
out.
isn't enough.
But yeah.
But it's enough for me.
Speculum and
All right,
find
you
out.
see what I deal with? All right, hey,
So yeah, let's jump right to 27.
Hang on. Last thing
There's
is
know.
one thing I do want to mention about that.
the Shanshan collar appearing in the vision.
right?
Yeah.
I knew. So obviously we're in for a Sanshan meeting. I guess
A meeting?
Logain-
Like what do you mean by meeting?
Like an encounter with the Sanshan.
Okay.
It was,
A meeting
I mean-
sounds very like civil and formal. Is it going to
Yeah.
be?
I kind of anticipated that last week with the Daughter of the Nine Moons being
Court.
apparently the Sanshan High Ruler. Kind
Which
of
means
being
what?
implied
Which means
Or-
what? Which means
call
what
her-
regarding whom?
Thank you.
that we're going to encounter the Sanshan, and maybe Logain's glory has something to do with the Sanshan.
Wait.
Another possibility?
Who? When you hear "Daughter of the Nine Moons," what do you think about?
We talked about this last week.
I know,
We have to
bro.
talk about it
Like
again?
Josh, we
You-
can't assume that
We
people
already
watching
talked
now
about
have
last
watched
week.
yesterday, last week.
Noted.
So, what is your question?
It's just, yeah, explain to the reader or the watcher, like what are you referring to? Like,
I think that the Daughter of the Nine Moons, who Matt is destined to marry, is the ruler of the Sanshan.
okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to like specifically. Yeah.
well,
thank
but
you,
what's
thank
her
you.
name?
But that's
Do
a
we
theory.
know this person?
Do we know who she is yet?
Do we know this name, Josh?
Have we met her yet?
Have
We haven't met
is
her.
what I'm
All we've
asking
met
this
is
week.
High Lady Sarath,
Okay,
There's
next
been
who
no
is
question.
Who
one
Who do you think she
degree
is?
removed from the Supreme Ruler, whose name I can't remember. Tom, what's her ruler? Her moniker as the queen.
Empress.
Also,
May she live
She's-
forever. Yeah.
she lived forever.
Empress.
She has another name though that Sarath refers to her as.
This is
Something
gonna-
about high blood or like whatever. It doesn't fucking
All
matter.
right. Well, yeah. So
Oh,
so
she's the blood of Arthur.
Are the
Hawkwind?
answers written behind me or something?
no, but like
Are they on his hand?
no, but that was stated though. She
Hey,
is the
how did you know?
yeah right.
I know.
Yep,
You're
that's
too
it.
smart. You're too,
That's how-
you're
the
too
Aes Sedai-
intelligent to not be cheating. I'm kidding.
The Aes Sedai
Ooh, yes.
that she sees is a yellow, I believe, a Decina, Edicina.
Edicina?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this all over his ears, Oliver's ears, where
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
mean, we
Josh,
think that-
yeah.
Selene, is the name of the moon god from the Greek,
Nice.
which connects Lanfear to the moon and her symbol.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We haven't talked
Awesome.
about that in several books, but
But
no.
don't you think don't you think that like Lanfear is like the daughter of the Nine Moons, or is she the no? Who is so? It's a daughter of Lanfear.
Nope.
no, I
She's
think the
the
daughter of the
what
Nine
of
Moons is
the
the
Nine
ruler of the
Moons?
Sanshan.
Yeah, it's yeah,
We learned-
Oh, right,
We
right,
learned
you said-
last
you said
show
that.
The
Yeah,
House
I
of
do
the
that.
Nine Moons is the ruling house of the Sanshan.
Yes.
Well, it's the name of the court.
Right, then thank you. The court of the Nine
uh,
Moons is the name of the court of the High Ruler.
They specifically say that in the chapter. No,
Right.
not a spoiler. Promise.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
So to Min's eyes, a silvery collar suddenly appeared snug around the woman's neck, and then suddenly seemed to shatter.
Love that.
Yeah. So does that mean? What is that? What are the implications? What?
She thinks that it means Edicina would escape somehow from her capture.
But definitely, like one of the things that they referred to in a prior chapter about the Sanshin, like, you know, people are very convinced that it's the last they've seen of them, and this obviously kind of confirms that it's not.
Right.
Huh?
So anyway, did you guys want to? Was there anything else from chapter 26 before we jump into?
No,
27?
let's move on.
No. Yeah. Loving it.
Yeah, it's a direct continuation. This is from Swan's point of view, and she comes in hot and
Bothered.
We don't
heavy.
need to travel anywhere
Hot
because
and
we're
bothered.
still in Saladar.
We're
She's coming in hot and bothered, I think, is the rest of that sentence. Honestly, because she's a little.
She starts
peeved.
off with "Y'all are rudderless,"
I love that.
just right off.
So yeah, we got
That's
and they're pretty much like she notices that none of the papers have any information on Elida. She just kind of snoops as she was walking by. There was no like orders. They don't know anything, and it looks like they're just gonna hang out till winter. And
Yep.
she's like,
she sees that they're like settling in, that they're not planning on moving, which is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
One of the favorite. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say one of my favorite quotes in this first little bit here is that she says, "All the activity out there is play and show. You might be fooling each other and maybe even the Guideen, though I'd not count on that were I you." Like, I like how she says that.
Yeah, she's like, the men know you're full of shit. You
Yeah.
ain't got nothing going on. But yeah, she's like, hey,
There's
here
two.
we are.
The two of the women that are on this little council in there are Morvrin and Bayonin Sadai, a brown and a gray, and she basically is like, these are two of the tightest assed Aes Sedai, like Aes Sedai that we have. Like, they have the largest stick up their asses, and one is only outdone by the other. Is basically how she describes them.
So that
There's also a bit of like classist stuff going on because they're like, well, not only are you not Amarilyn and Keeper, you ain't even Aes Sedai.
Yep. This is so. This
Yeah,
is what
why
I
are
was-
they such assholes? You
Yeah,
know,
so,
like
like,
why?
this is
What
why
is it
the-
about being connected to the one power that legitimates their?
Exactly.
These are
is
great
way back.
questions. Yeah.
When I was so there's two parts here that I want to call out about that, which is, like, they don't like, she was the same person. So the only thing that's changed about Swan Sanche from when she was still, like, before she was stilled and now, is that she can no longer channel. But like,
Well, she's also no longer bound by the 3 oaths.
yes,
and she
is
does
important.
not have the agelessness.
And she's hotter. She's 30
But-
years younger.
Younger and hot.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
she
22
has the same
now. She's
brain
like,
though. She knows
Yeah.
all the stuff she knew prior to being stilled. Oh, is that
Is that true?
Is that
I mean,
FartVader?
is intelligence augmented by the one power?
not that we know of in any way? No.
Yeah.
I
good
guess
question.
if you consider living
As
for
of now.
300 years and just studying for 300 years, then I suppose just basic time.
Yeah, more
But we
time.
haven't seen that it really helps in.
But yeah,
I assume there was like a
but-
vampire element going on here, where like
Ooh.
their
Wow.
The way
access to the one power increased their ability fermentation.
Interesting. Okay, but
It's just the way that they talk to Swan and Liane, like, they're just less than them now. Like, they don't even consider them equal in any way, like in any way, shape, or form. And it's very frustrating. I remember reading it for the first time and being like, what? What? Like, how could you not even want to use that? Like, even, and Swan shouts it. You know,
she
like,
used me.
Like,
But then
Yeah,
she
I
has
didn't
to
agree with
prove
your.
herself.
You missed the emphasis on the "use me" in your quote at the beginning, Dan. Sorry, but I got to criticize you a little bit.
I
Better in your
you
stage
didn't
acting.
like it?
No,
You
yeah,
missed the emphasis on the use
the
me at the
fast is on
end.
the wrong syllable.
Yeah, Dan, that was really
Me.
glaring.
Use me.
Use me.
All right, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, just like
My fault.
who's being used here is the question.
That ball with all
Yeah.
the hands.
Oh, is that a
Jesus
hand?
Christ.
I thought that was like
That
a
is
doll or something.
absolutely.
You know what's weird is that thing does
Thing.
not
There's
have
a
a plug
claw
or any
that's
sort of
being
electricity.
No,
It
it doesn't
hasn't
matter.
glowed ever until they all touched it, and then suddenly it started glowing.
You know,
There's
it's-
Isn't it a globe?
Look at that little itty bitty hand on
Isn't it a globe?
no one is looking at
I-
each other.
I think
No.
that's Australia down at the bottom.
That's
Hey,
a
Can I
whole
just
lot
point
of
out-
ocean.
No,
man.
it's
One
Australia, your mom
Am
on the
I
bottom.
muted? Does nobody hear
I
me?
think it's
I'm
some-
not
We can hear
muted.
you.
Kay, we hear you, but
Constantly.
we're all competing to make points. Kay, we hear you, babes.
Okay, well, fuck. Can't tell. Honest.
All right, yeah.
when Trump gets on screen, I just want to word vomit, making fun of him as much as possible. Sorry.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I was trying to do, Tom. So you and I are
Yeah,
right there.
I was remarking on his tiny hand.
Yeah, I
What
was
were you,
trying.
what were
to-
you saying?
Go ahead.
Go, right? 1, 2,
Doors,
3.
Ryan seems to be invoking Trump.
Doors open. Go. Right now. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god, you fucking assholes! Okay, I love yous. I was just simply trying to say that, the swear word, also known as the former president's name, is holding like this. That cunt is holding like a claw. It looks like a claw, but it's part of the globe, and it looks like he's got a full-on fucking T-Rex claw, and he's an asshole anyways. So I mean,
All right.
T-Rex Trump, if you will.
Trump Rex.
Don't-
Trump Rex.
Trump
Yeah.
Rex, there you go.
Don't defame the.
Although I don't even like
Tyrannosaurus
saying
Rex.
the TRUM.
All right. Yeah.
Such
Yeah.
a horrible thing to say.
All right. Awesome.
Every T-Rex is rolling.
That's
over
all I was
in
trying to
there.
say, but it would have tracked much better if I
Respective.
had been able to do it with the context of the thing that was
Well,
on the
yeah.
screen and not explaining my little joke afterwards.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
But nobody
Whoa.
let me speak, so thank you.
Hey,
love you.
we were
It's just
letting
me
you. Hey,
doing me and you doing talking.
I know. Good. Hey.
I
Hey.
thoroughly
Are you trying to-
apologize, and I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Me
You're
too.
not- You're
Yeah,
you're
Tom and
forgiven,
Ryan.
Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. Me 3. Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah. Tom and
you're
Ryan. Yeah.
forgiven as
Oh,
well.
I'm
Tom and
sorry.
Ryan.
I'm sorry I didn't help your joke land.
You should.
You didn't
get-
even listen to it. Okay, I'm not talking
Hey,
about
hey,
this. Let's
hey,
move
this
on.
is-
I'm done.
Yeah.
It's good.
This has been a
Let's
really
move
cool.
on.
Yeah, this has been really cool.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for letting me say my stupid joke at the end of the joke. But I appreciate it. So
Deserves a
at
smack later.
27, I will
Yeah, we're on
be
27.
handing out good smacks. Also, who
Yeah.
wants to punch one of these puppets right now? Can we take a poll? Because I want to vote.
Go ahead and make a poll, Ryan.
All right. Thanks. Let's move on. Let's keep going.
Where
I'm
was
just
I?
being
Okay.
funny. Sorry.
No,
It
you're
comes
good,
off
you're good.
not that well sometimes.
Where
We had a punching poll,
18? I thought not.
and I
Okay,
keep
there we
trying
go.
to bring
Okay,
it back, but it's not working.
that one is out of our way. You do not seem to understand. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, I found it.
So essentially, Swan pulls out her knowledge of being eyes and ears, as does Leanne. They're like, "Well, shit. How do you think we got here? I was in charge of the eyes and ears." Leanne's like, "I was in Tarvalon. We got this information. You think that? And here you are sending all your shit to Tarvalon. You big dummies. Why don't you change what you're sending to these people? Because they're just sending it off. They don't know who you are. Yeah, the eyes and ears have changed, and you guys haven't. Start sending encrypted messages, or better yet, why don't you send some lies so that Elida thinks that you're lying? Or I don't know."
She even says that they could do it in such a way that not even the eyes and ears would know that their messages weren't going
Right.
directly to the tower.
She also says that Elida they found Logain at least a year before he had declared himself and had convinced him to do so.
Yeah, that was the
She
big.
says, quote, they never considered the possibility that she was lying an advantage to having been stilled. It did not seem to occur to them that being stilled might have broken all the ties to the 3 oaths.
So one question before we go on, Kay. So the quote here is this: the chair. So this is about Shiriam. The chair back behind her fire red hair was incongruously carved with what seemed to be a mass of snakes fighting.
Water moccasins.
Water moccasins fucking. How do you what do you interpret that symbolism to mean? Behind Shiriam's head, there's a mass of snakes fighting. Any ideas? She's muted and not paying attention.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty much. I'm sorry. Something muted, and I didn't realize you were talking to me. I thought you were like, "Okay, before we move on." Anyways, sorry. I thought you were making a point, not asking a question.
We want your input on the symbolism of.
I was just asking, yeah, what do you think of the
Long
symbolism
chair.
of the massive snakes fighting behind Shiriam's head on the chair?
Oh my gosh, that just sounds like a Medusa thing. You know, like Shiriam is maybe like an epitome. I don't know. She seems super mean to me always, and she's
thing, I like that.
she's horrible. But like this snaky thing behind her head. So I don't know. It just seemed kind of, if there's symbolism there, that's what it feels like to me.
Medusa, yeah, nice.
So
A
like
Medusa
maybe like
Medusa-like situation.
so like maybe Shiriam is evil.
Oh yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
that is what I'm saying.
Oh.
That if symbolism means anything, which I think Robert Jordan intends it to, then
Robert Jordan used symbolism.
I don't think that much, but you know, in this case,
Just
I'm
a
kidding.
skosh.
All the fucking time, yes. And this tracks for that Medusa symbolism situation.
I like that.
Interesting. Even though Medusa was really not the villain, but we won't get into that. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
different.
that's a different
matter.
podcast.
Different, yeah. That's a whole nother conversation. Let's not get the puppets into that one, huh?
So I went down that path too of wondering if it was marking her as evil, but then after reading chapter 29, the Gareth Bryn chapter, and his succinct analysis of the infighting and power struggles that were going on amongst this particular group of 6 Aes Sedai, I interpreted it to mean that this is a snake pit, that their internal, that not only this group of 6, but the White Tower itself and all Aes Sedai are essentially in a snake fight with each other, struggling for power and glory and domination.
Well, that makes more sense than my Medusa thing.
But why Shiriam though?
Because Shiriam is the de facto leader of this group. And in this case, she's talking about the unjust opinion, the unjust execution of justice that was laid against Swan.
Yeah.
By the wrongly lauded Amerlin.
That's a good point too. That Boz just that they posted up on the screen there for a second. That the other Aes Sedai didn't even like, they're so entrenched that they're not even picking up on the fact that she was lying.
Right. And Swan is like leveraging that against them with the mythology of Logain and the Reds. Yeah.
Well, and they have like a prescriptive like good cop, bad cop.
Bad cop. Mm-hmm.
A whole like script before they go in there. It's great.
When they do recognize their strengths and weaknesses, which is commendable, I think. They know, hey, you talk to the men, you do better with men. I'll talk to the women, I do better with men.
Thank you, Nighthawk.
Thanks.
They also talk about appointing a new Emerald. They're like, hey, listen, what y'all need to do is get yourself declare a new Emerald, call Elida and a usurper, and just
depose her.
Have 2 separate towers. The tower is broken. This is what we need to do.
They'll look silly if they try to like not admit that.
Right, and they recommend that they have someone who is strong in the power and who was not present during the transition that Swan was arrested, stilled, and deposed, and Elida was raised. So they kind of agree that that's probably best.
I just love how masterfully Lumen and Suan are leading these Aes Sedai by the nose through this conversation. It's like they just drop a single word, and then the whole group is just unanimously like, "Oh yeah, exactly like that."
Yeah.
I'm so glad you caught that.
Yeah.
Do things like that. Then go and notice.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, I saw that. It was perfect though. She just drops a single word, and they're like, "Yes, and we should do it." And because they're so tied up in the fact that Suan's not an Aes Sedai, and like they don't value her, they're not even really paying attention that it's her that's telling them all these things, and not like their inner voice. But they're definitely pretending like they're coming up with these ideas themselves.
Although they were not a unworthy opponent.
Good night, Rob.
Swan
We love
even
you.
says
We love your
like,
maps.
"Oh my gosh, they got me when I was weakest, and then they hit me with the emotional thing. They are really good at what they're doing." So Swan could see that they are like working her also, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean they're leveraging any weakness that they see in her. Probably partially, I think it's in part, they want to get the information out of her, but it's also like she was the Amyrlin and she was mean, so like we can use this against her, and it makes me feel better.
Right.
Yeah, they refer to this as being kind of like a revengeful moment, or like not revenge, but just vengeful.
Yeah.
Something that's
Seems
just
real spiteful.
they can do, and they have the opportunity to. So,
Yep.
Right, and they plan to use Logain as kind of a pawn in this
Mm-hmm.
by saying, "Look, this is what Elida did."
And
to her.
Now that he knows he's about to be able to tell his story, and hopefully maybe get justice from what the Reds did to him, he perks up a little bit and he starts talking. I mean, like not all right. Perk is the wrong word. He starts talking and isn't just completely catatonic.
He comes to reality.
Yeah, which is
Back to reality.
He's improving, which is
There goes Rabbit. He's about.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I was like, what is the second verse to that? I don't.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
They
Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls ago, but
Oh yeah, that's true. That was a great.
sorry.
There is a drinking obligation
Luke
because
is derailing now.
Was there?
Josh.
I only like this chapter was real light on the drinking obligations. I think
because while she was dealing with the Aes Sedai, she says, "quote She would rather walk naked through a school of Silverpike." And I think in Long Beach there's a school. Their mascot is the Silverpike, and I was just
Silverpike
like,
High School?
No, I'm just kidding.
there's silver skinned people somewhere.
But I mean, didn't you kind of develop an image in your head of wading naked through a school of Silverpike?
Yeah.
No, I did not actually.
Well, I'm drinking.
I'm usually more
I'll drink.
Imaginary person, image driven person. Anyway, I didn't imagine that. Seems slippery.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, are they burrowers or are they just biters?
They're slippery little fuckers.
They'll
Is
do
what
whatever
they
you
are.
want. Pay him enough.
Do they burrow?
Slip in, slip out. Do this, do that. Round
So they
around
pretty
the
much say, yeah, we should have our own Aes Sedai. You're right. Hey, you're right.
They specifically say that Sheriam is the highest among them, which in the terms of the Aes Sedai means she's the strongest currently.
Yeah, and they're like, Sheriam's kind of cool. And Sheriam's like, no. Go on. And they're like, yeah, no, it should be someone who wasn't there. Sheriam, you're there. They also say, hey, I think I know where Rand went. the IAO waste. And they're like, what? Why would he do that?
That's dumb. He would never go there.
They don't know shit about the IAO.
Yeah.
Like at all.
And immediately, though, Suan has them wondering about the IEL, if the Wise Ones can channel, and them electing to send 2 greens and like 8 warders there within like 30 seconds.
Yes. They're like the waste is so big. It's like the first IEO you meet will know. Word travels around pretty well. They'll do it. Right? Okay.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, if the Dragon Reborn is in the waste, the first IO we meet will know of it. Events follow this Randall Thor by all accounts. Yeah.
So
Did you say K or K?
I said right.
K, like K, like K, right? Okay, cool. Got it.
But they're looking
I was like,
to make they're looking to make Swan the mistress of the eyes and ears. It seems.
Yeah.
It says,
it a
"quote If
teeny
you're going to be
weeny?
our mistress of eyes and
It's
ears,
not.
you must maintain your strength."
You have a cute little pair of flip flops on.
Yeah, I have pants on.
Your pants on.
I made these
They're
pants.
flesh colored.
Yeah. I
They're
made
so
them.
cute.
And then we hear there's
you
some
made these? Did you sew these?
20
pants?
riders coming from the
Very
east.
cute.
I love the sandals.
Sorry.
20 riders and what?
They're coming from the east, and the Ice and I are like, well, you can't really find us. Capture them if possible, but none must escape to betray us. And one guy's like, if my aged mother do say different, I'd name him Gareth Bryn. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, but I want to say
fuck.
I want to say one more thing before we go to the Gareth Bryn. Just another thing that annoys me about. I think it's not just Aes Sedai, it's pretty much everyone in this damn series. They never tell the truth and they never speak on their feelings. Thank
you.
Yeah. So Suan says, "I'm not so frail as you seem to think. If I were, could I have followed you nearly 2,000 miles? Whatever weakness I had after being stilled is gone, believe me." And then she thinks the truth is that she had found a center of power again and she did not want to leave it, but she could hardly say that. Like, why not? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, she doesn't.
She just can't like admit to it, right?
Yeah, but
it's
I mean,
also really like a constant within these books. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. That's how I think. Like, I think like that too. It's like, you know, in the middle of like a sentence, I'll have to go off on a tangent, and I could do that with.
Oh, good. There's 2 of us.
Yeah. ABB.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So, like, if she would, like, I know she doesn't trust them to be able to admit her weakness, but at the same time, like, if they knew that it was helping her, maybe they'd be a little bit more inclined to not be assholes about it. You know, like, just tell each other the truth. Speak on your feelings. Feel your feelings.
I do wish that they were able to at least speak them to the person reading.
Yeah.
You know, like the narrator was at least able to go off and be like, hey,
Exactly.
I feel really shitty about this or cruddy about that or so scary and depressing. Although we get this, I think we get it from the context anyways, so it's
just
you know.
I wish they would talk to
but
each
I
other.
do I would like a conversation. Like, it's nice when they debrief with each other, so I guess it doesn't even matter as I'm like workshopping this. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, good job.
They don't even like that they're no longer Aes Sedai. They're like, why are we even talking to you?
Exactly.
So Swan and
So
Leanne are
frustrating.
coming at this from a disadvantage. So it might make sense not to be entirely open about your
revealing your
insecurities and
weaknesses.
feelings.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
But isn't it human nature? I mean, it's like all this means is that humans have not evolved emotionally in the thousands of years since our time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's
Josh.
true,
Yeah,
because
like
this is
they have
speaking
no
to the
therapy.
future.
They don't know how to talk about things or debrief their feelings. They're just in survival mode most of the time.
Very frustrating.
In
Which
whatever way they
I
can
grew-
survive in, which is weird
self-deception.
because like
There's an
they
name for
have
that.
all these powers that we don't ever
I know, like Rand's
know.
trying to save the world, and I'm like, get up, go to Safeway, go grocery
Right?
shopping, like
Get out of the house today in something other than
Yeah.
sweat. Yeah, I triumphed. Woohoo. I mean, since COVID, that's our reality. So.
All right, so we can go to Gareth Bryn now. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Before we go, let's. There is a little list, guys, of great captains living.
I have that highlighted too.
It says, "quote There do be few great captains living. Agomar Jagged and Davern Bashir will no leave the blight, I think, and Pedro Neo will certainly be of no use to you. If Rodel Iltiralde do be alive, who do be mired somewhere in what remain of Eridoman, and that do leave Gareth Bryn."
Do you guys remember who, or Kay and Josh, do you guys remember who Davram Bashir is?
Where's Josh?
Lord Bashir.
Yes.
Oh.
Related
Yeah.
to...
I feel like we talked about it last
We
week,
did.
didn't we?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
just last
right.
week.
She's related to Perrin's wife.
Your
Yeah, by-
Zareen Bashir.
Oh.
Iyayabara.
Yep.
So
So he's
her,
one of the
so
great
her-
captains that everyone knows.
Yeah, so her family member, we're not sure who he is to her yet, but her family member is one of the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greatest known military captains in the world. Interesting.
5?
yeah,
He won't leave the blight.
Well,
That's his summer home.
they can't find him now. That was the last thing we saw, right? When Egwene was looking through Elida's papers, they hit reports they didn't know where he and his armies were. That was the last we heard of him until just this list.
That's just one of his side gigs, Marisu.
Yeah. He's a hustler.
Yeah.
He probably is an
Sounds
inn with
cute.
a red tile roof.
Probably lives in Southern California, always hustling.
Swan is like, we should kill him. Go kill him. He shouldn't be here. And they're like, what? That's really weird. And they all just stare at him.
As the words were leaving her mouth, she knew she shouldn't have said it.
She's like, God damn
Oh,
it.
I liked that one.
I screwed up.
And then
Because
they're
I
like,
do that so
"Tell us."
often. I'm like, nah, no, can I me?
Word vomit.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, let me stuff it back down.
So they're like, you will tell us exactly why Gareth Bryn is here. And she does. She tells all about the oath. And that's kind of where the chapter ends. What did I miss in regards to the practice of diffidence?
no, jeez.
Yeah.
How about like
Just rolls off.
how about role modeling diffidence, bro?
Sure.
Like you're led like a despot the entire chapter. How about you like role model some diffidence for
I'm not
once?
even sure what diffidence means.
Yeah, diff this dense.
Is that better?
Different dents.
Yeah,
Does it mean leave? Because
No dent is the same.
I'm hearing
It's
diffident,
about
though.
different
is
dents.
diffidence passive aggressive?
diffidence means
I
go
didn't know.
invisible.
I didn't know what you were talking about, Ryan.
I know. I just wanted to go with it. All right.
It means like shyness, doesn't it?
I thought it was
Modesty or shyness.
Yeah, modesty is probably better. Or
now I gotta look it up.
Let's
Non-
look up a thesaurus
Webster's
while
dictionary,
we're at
so-
it.
Someone
Can
who
we-
doesn't exert their will.
Modesty or shyness resulting from a lack of self-confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
Swan's
Yeah.
got to practice some
Yeah,
diffidence. is what
yeah,
we're saying.
try it every once in a while, brother Dan.
He's diffident. He looks diffident.
Put a mirror up,
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
Ryan.
Try some diffident. Hey,
Yeah,
no,
no,
Oh,
I play one on TV, bro.
All Dan's
What, a mirror?
diffidence is in his left eye.
No, I play. I'm
Ryan has said bro about 8 times in a minute.
because I'm a little drunk.
Okay.
Just a
And
little.
you're definitely not diffident.
No.
All right.
There he goes. Thank God.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, that was ice cold.
Let's take a
Oh,
break.
Ice pepper cold.
I know I'm not welcome.
Okay. We love you. Nothing but love. Anyway.
And you look really shocked at the moment.
You do.
It's Ryan makes that face on me. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Josh, was there anything?
Just hanging open.
Nope.
I don't think there was this chapter. I mean, we get some pretty big reveals about the Loghain and the Red Sister and all that, but I don't think there was anything else really too big in this one.
I did like the little bit about the Gray who only would do one minor offense wrong each month and then couldn't understand why people still treated her like a prig.
Yeah, she scheduled her misbehavior.
Yeah.
That was the only other thing I think that I had.
So I want to say though, I love that woman exists, but I also love that someone observed her, right? Like,
yeah,
the who was POVing her? Like,
Swan.
Yeah, Swan was like, Swan was like, that's the kind of CIA, like kind of observational, like calculated, like sociological,
What?
like, right? Like
Swan being calculated?
no, that was one of those amazing like little tidbits like of her mentality where she was just like, oh yeah, I saw that, I recognize her. Like this, how long ago was that? Like, right, for her, 15?
At least 30. It could have been like 30 or 40 years ago.
Crazy, yeah.
Because I think they actually say in the next book y'all are reading, which is the newspaper. There it is. How long Swan and Maureen were novices and accepted, but I don't remember. So, but it's been like 20 years since since the Rand was born. So,
Right.
at least that, and then however much time when she was accepted. I would say at least like 30 years.
Impressive.
I feel trapped.
Anyway, trapped. It's a trap.
it's a tarp.
Do you feel
That
trapped?
thing you put over
It's a carp.
leaky roots. It's a tarp.
We have it's a Gareth Bryn chapter, so we have the bull with the laurel of roses around its neck like a collar.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way.
You get the symbolism there, Kay or Josh?
I'm sorry, what?
The chapter icon, the
Yeah, that's another thing we've talked about previously.
yeah, we talked about it. It's Gareth Bryn's.
Hey, Josh, please, we never can remember. Like,
Yeah,
there
I
are always new
remember
readers,
from
yes.
minute to minute or second
Wasn't-
to second.
wasn't there-
And if we've spoken about it in the past, can we just like do a mini recap
Yeah.
so that my
To
brain
give you a
will
little
like
bit of a hint,
spark
Josh.
for the new viewer, not just Kay, but also
and
the new
not
viewer.
just for my brain, but for the new viewer and the people that are also.
What were you
Yeah.
about to say, Tom?
Do not
And stop
recall
micro shaming us, Josh. You micro shame us, Josh.
You micro
Not really
shame us
micro.
like
Yeah,
Accurate.
we've talked about it
it's
several weeks
major
ago.
Straight up shaming you.
This is the way.
I'll give Kay and Josh a little
Back
bit
in
of a
everyone.
That chapter icon is Gareth Bryn's house sigil.
Yeah, we know it's exactly. It's the sigil. And there's this vision too of like a bull shaking roses off.
Ripping the roses off from around its
Right.
You got this. I believe in you.
What do I have?
The answer
Yeah.
to the question.
You got it, Josh.
It's in there.
You
It's in.
got it, Josh. Josh,
okay,
just
okay.
believe, Josh. You got it, Josh.
I'm
Josh,
gonna just remove
I always believed in you, Josh.
No!
Where is she going?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't do that.
Ooh, I think it's more about like let's blow him up, kids. This is a Josh moment. Come on.
No,
Crush
no,
it.
I don't have anything to say. It's not that important. I was just it was the house sigil of Gareth Bryn.
Specifically a woman's moment here, because the roses represent a specific woman.
Yeah, the queen.
Crown. The rose
it's the-
crown of Andor.
Exactly.
No,
it's the crown on the bull, right?
Yes. So it's a symbolism of the rose crown.
You're right,
you know.
Althor's taint. I don't know what to
Right.
say.
Listen, you gotta freshen up that taint. before you
Like, seriously though, if I was in Josh, like I read this twice? I don't know if I noticed that. Thank you, Josh.
Oh my gosh, this is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
comment.
Laurel. But
It's a hardy plant.
yeah.
That
That's
is
a good one.
genius. It's
Oh.
going on my wall.
Oh,
It's going
man.
on my wall. I gotta find.
And it works that
visual.
Hardy could be a laurel plant.
Oliver's ears deserves a prize for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bonus points
so
for Oliver's
many
ears.
things, but this
Bonus
is
points.
I'll think of something.
Bonus points to ears, Olvers.
Oh no, I got it. I'll have Oliver's ears DM us their home address, and I'll send them something fun.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
We haven't gotten anything fun. But
You got
that's
my
okay,
company,
'cause
damn it.
That's true.
Yeah,
You're
we do. We
actually
have
the
your
most
we have your unending commitment to doing this every Tuesday, time immemorium. That's what we got.
Howie
It's
Stevens
true,
has it
it's
right
true.
though.
You can
I
have
just
whatever
have
you want,
to
Kay.
say.
Wait.
Thank
So
you.
all right. Are we boomers or millennials? What are we?
If you're making a joke about Laurel and Hardy, you're definitely a fucking boomer.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, okay,
not a
what?
boomer.
I know, but like,
you,
but what are we
boomer.
really though? What is a boomer? What is
Your
a
name's Boomer with a beanie from now
what?
on.
Listen, just
Josh,
'cause-
help me out. Am I a
just 'cause
millennial
I'm-
or a boomer
What's it called?
You're definitely a boomer, Ryan.
or a
Because
Gen
I have
Xer?
No,
In comedy,
You're Gen X.
I'm a boomer.
I'm not. My parents were boomers. Fuck you.
no. Here's
My
the thing.
my
exactly,
mom,
our-
my brother, my dad always said, "Hey, to the moon."
Boomer
To
in
my
this
mom.
context just means you're before a Zoomer.
Look.
You caught me off guard.
Current generations can like Laurel and Hardy.
Sure, just
even
'cause he
be
smells like an old fart.
obsessed with Laurel
Hey,
and
I'm
Hardy.
sorry.
Hey, Kay's trying to make a point, okay?
I know, but
Shut
like,
up,
Kay
man.
Kay
Quit
needs to
mansplaining over her.
Thank you.
Kay needs to
Jesus.
pick a side. In this generation, you pick a side. It's either Laurel or Hardy.
Nope, I will not choose. It's a combo situation. It is the utmost combo,
She said
and
she
Alright.
wants
I
to.
will speak to it specifically.
Well, that side is all
Exactly.
Laurel.
So
I'm all
don't
Hardy.
even-
I'm over here. Who wants to be on
Stop
Team
with
Hardy
me.
over here?
Kay, are you
Well,
saying
I
you want
mean-
both?
What?
What?
If I was,
you
what,
want both of
in,
them?
in which context are we speaking of now? I'm a little confused.
Me too.
I want Laurel
Yes.
and Hardy.
No,
Yeah. That's it. Period.
pick a side.
No, she got it. We're good.
No.
I like them both. They're not. I thought we were talking about generations, and then
We
it turned
are.
into like a Laurel versus Hardy thing.
I don't know. I don't know what's
Which
All right.
happening.
got weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
and
probably a
to
Ryan
the
thing.
yes,
So,
what?
like-
And it's
Ryan, shh,
Shh.
shh. Okay, so
He was listening.
no,
to
I
the-
love Laurel and Hardy. I thought we were talking about a generation thing. I'm gonna make this quick because I want to move on to the chapters. But it seriously seems like it's a ridiculous thing for anybody to think that just boomers can appreciate Laurel and Hardy or any black and white epic fucking classic ass TV show from any time, or like just something great. I mean, fuck, they were the best thing that ever happened to me. I am funny today because of them. So anyway.
Preach.
I used to watch the shit out of them with my grandparents.
I had them on repeat, and that's the only VHS I had
I love it.
at the time.
I know who's on first by memory.
Nice.
I love that.
That's
One of my
amazing.
favorite bits.
That's
hey, let's
amazing.
let's
I'm
save
gonna-
that for our
I'm gonna
Patreon.
I'm gonna recap mine so we can do that together.
We
You
should
tell
do.
me
All
which.
right. All right.
We'll do
Patreon,
that.
yep.
I'm gonna do that. Yep, we'll
I'm
do
down.
that for Patreon. I'm
This
down
is the
to.
way.
Totally down.
It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Okay,
so
let's move on.
Gareth Bryn, he sees the warder approaching him, and he basically lets them, bring him toward the place. He addresses him as a Gaidin, lead on Noel Gaidin, he says. Because they didn't say they were warders, and they're not wearing their color shifting cloak, but he picked it out because of the wolfish grace they had.
Mhm.
That was their little bit there, but he didn't show any surprise. They go to the inn, right to the inn. He sees all the Aes Sedai face looking at him, and the flame-haired Aes Sedai. So the only people we've seen with red hair are Aiel descendants.
Sheriam.
So now Sheriam also has red hair. I just wanted to point that out.
Good point. Yeah.
Aiel blood in her.
Wow.
Someone in her ancestry line wanted to, got a little black veiled Aiel.
So we're gonna combine a couple drinking obligations into one, because as Gareth walks in,
Oh no.
he instantly starts labeling women based on their appearance. We have quote, the flame-haired Aes Sedai is just slightly plump.
Drink.
Then we're combining them all. Then we have we have a stout round-faced one called Morven.
Drink.
We have a swan-necked Domani. And we have something else. I'm not seeing it. The big-eyed one named Bionin. Big-eyed one.
Big-eyed one.
So,
it's funny because Swan did the same thing when she first went in the room too. She specifically Bowen and the white. I forgot, someone in M. She describes them by their looks too, immediately as the first thing she does when she walks in the room.
Yeah, and
Robert Jordan fan.
Slightly plump. Come on, man. There's so many people in this world that are slightly plump that he just kind of stout is better than slightly plump.
Yeah.
Bro, this is pre-dad bod.
Plump is a fun word to say.
Really
I know,
but it's an offensive label.
Yeah. I'm plump. I liked pleasantly plump though.
I was gonna say, Tom, I don't know if you're pleasantly. You're not plump, bro. You're stout.
Right. I'm also 6'4" though, so stout's a little.
We are a giant team then, Ryan, because I am 6'4" as well. Ryan is 6'7".
Is that a way to look at your map? You're 6'4" in relation to your map?
Yeah, he's giant. It takes 4 steps to get from Murray to
march across my map and destroy things. Anyway, all right. So they're pleased to see Gareth Bryn.
But she's only slightly plump, guys.
Slightly, just slightly. And they also don't reveal themselves to be Aes Sedai, but he immediately, greets Sheriam as Sheriam Sedai. So that's fun.
Yep. He shows up. He talks to him. They're like, "Hey, welcome."
Am I wrong in thinking that he knew before talking to them that Elida was Amerlin?
I think.
Good question.
He does know that information, but I don't recall them revealing it to him.
Well, he was, the lord of an area, for months after Elida took the seat. So it would stand to reason that he would figure that out. He's also, again, one of the greatest military captains in the world.
I know, but what we see is him getting information and processing it in real time. He never says in his POV, "Oh, I knew that."
Yeah.
Right. He just took it and pivoted and made it to his advantage. Yep. He even said, "Oh, I'm interested to see what they're trying to get me to do," because he felt it was going in that direction. That they would employ him. So, right.
Yeah. I mean, he thinking on his feet is something that he excels at as a.
Yeah. I was only thinking it was magical. Josh, where you at, Josh? You're looking. Josh is so sus.
He's supposed to.
He's so sus.
What am I sussing out about now?
I don't know. I was trying to pivot. I was trying to address what you're
He's just paranoid.
I was just looking. So on my page 431, after they ask him to, after he talks about the game, the Deus de Mar, he says the White Tower is broken. The Ajas have split. The only reason you can all be here, you certainly don't need an extra sword or two. So the service you can want out of me is to lead an army, to build one first. Blah blah blah. Very well. I've never liked Elida, and I cannot believe she makes a good Amerlin. More importantly, I can take an army to Tar Valon, so long as you know taking it will be bloody and long. So he it's just he has this information, but I was just looking to see if they ever mention Elida, and they don't.
But they don't. So yeah. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about Gareth Bryn's decision making? Is it just because he loves Swan, or what else is happening here?
Well, he does have a third thought about like how he and
Who doesn't?
how Elida had and Swan had manipulated him. And I think he had no pleasant feelings towards Elida.
No, he even said like, "Wow, they really brought me down." And then they hit me with like the emotional thing at the end. Like he saw their tactics, and then he said, "Wow, I'm wondering what it's going to look like. I see what they're grooming me towards." And lo and behold, yeah, he was right. Run the army.
Do you think it's also maybe part, he kind of was thrown away by Morgaze, and this kind of gives him meaning again?
Yeah, or he's TAVERN.
Ooh.
And this is all a part of, clearly a part of the pattern, regardless. But
or someone in the camp is TAVERN, and they're just twisting the pattern so that
Right. Could be that Min is. I still am kind of the belief that our other heroines are TAVERN from the Two Rivers.
We got to talk more on that when you get a little bit further in the books, because I have feelings on that as well.
Well, I love how he's like, very well, fuck Elida. I don't like her.
Yeah. Whatever.
She probably sucks. Yeah. She probably sucks. So fuck it. I'll build an army to take her ass down. Fuck her.
I also like how confident he is. I can make an army.
Thank you, Noman Garden. Noman Garden says that he learned about Elida in chapter 1.
There you go. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
He how confident he is. He says, I can make an army to take Tar Valon. And, Arter Hawkwing couldn't do it. The Aiel didn't really try, but no one's ever taken it, but he is so confident. I can make an army to take Tar Valon. That's just...
Yeah. And he gives 3 conditions. He says, first, the command is mine. Second, if I tell you it can't be done, you will consider what I say. And third, if you begin this, you will stay the course.
Right.
Yeah. Because, if they quit halfway through, they're not going to, execute all the Aes Sedai or the Gaidin, but, the soldiers... Good luck.
In the meantime, we do have a little sexy moment here. We have where Swan starts hissing at Gareth. She's like, "Why the fuck are you here?" And he's like, "You fucking broken oath." She's like, "Fuck you."
All right. Well, speaking of sexy moments, brother Dan.
Okay.
Let's bring in some guests. Not the best transition. I'll own that.
Guests are... Ooh! Ah! We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, no.
You're pretty, and it's fine just to look at the two of you.
There you go.
Muting us.
Hey!
Well, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I came for feminine backup.
I didn't know that was happening.
I approve of this.
Well, you're here. You're here at appropriate time, Mr. Dovie.
Yeah, totally.
We have she's talking. Swan is talking to Gareth Bryn.
It's a strong, fiery-haired woman.
And he says, she kind of mentions her punishment's already been taken care of. And he says, if you've had your bottom switched for it, it doesn't count unless I do it.
Yeah. Whoa, buddy.
So we have here right after it says, Dromon's chuckle sounded more than half scandalized. So guys, I'd like us all to do Dromon's chuckle, if you can. Because I did it. And I heard it.
Oh.
I'm more like Santa Claus, though, right?
Drummond Claus.
Drummond Claus, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
They specifically say it's half scandalized.
Like right now,
We're like on the
patch,
off.
but
Yeah,
if we switch these,
You gotta switch it up.
All right, so let's
Well,
drink to Mr. Dovie being here. Welcome.
That was not 50% scandalization. That was only like a
There we
30%
go.
scandalization.
You didn't see anything.
we did it. Did you see that seamless costume change just now?
Oh, it was amazing.
We get this cool little thing about Swan. She had given Gareth Bryn an order earlier to back down over Murundi. It was, and because she thought that there was some kid that was gonna lead him. He's like, whatever happened to that? And he's like, well, he died. He took an arrow.
It's funny too.
A month later.
So Bryn remembered that moment like 2 chapters ago, and he didn't mention it to Swan, but Swan brought it up herself specifically now. So it was also in Swan's head, not just Gareth Bryn. So like she also recorded that moment without him bringing it up.
Yes.
It's an interesting.
Well, it wasn't important enough to her to, work with Elida to manipulate him.
Yeah, they did work together, correct, on that. And he
So it had to have been important to her.
She also dressed him down in front of half the court and kind of shamed him.
He kneeled to her.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. He agrees. They agree. They're like, fine conditions. We agree. He kneels, does this little, I do pledge and vow that I will serve you faithfully until the White Tower is yours, building and directing your army to the best of my ability. They do some weird ceremony.
I love a man.
And then we jump to Mint's POV.
Yeah. I heard that.
Tom
What's
hears
that?
everything. He's the bestest. He'll
uniform.
always comment on the dirty shit we say. It's great.
No, God, please, no!
Mr. Dovie, what was your main source of transportation while you were at Burning Man?
I had this really Frankenstein trike that I bought from the Davis Bike Church, and it's no one else can ride it except me because it's magic.
Gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
So something that was built
Lucky bike.
in a factory
You have a
is magic?
What you wear when you ride your
it's
bike.
literally like this welded together like Frankenstein bike. I don't even know how it moves.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Let's just confidently say that all proceeds,
In many ways, and we hope for the best.
we should get the LeafCast to go to Burning Man.
Yeah, we need to
No.
we need to start we absolutely need to start
Okay, yeah,
a
sure.
Wheel of Time camp.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
We have a cruise
All
ship.
proceeds.
I'm not sure which way this goes.
I love your hat.
Perfect. Anyway,
It just keeps going.
Ooh, yeah, that's perfect. It's
So
a
we
little
have
noir like that.
Min is idly, quote, pattern she had been idly sketching on the table with a finger dipped in wine.
What is this all about?
Oh wait.
Is she the wheel? Is she throwing the pattern?
No, God, please!
Jesus.
Before we
Stop.
get too deep in there, I did highlight one more thing about the Gareth Bryn chapter, which was
Okay, please.
So it was when he was kneeling and they all put their hands on his head or whatever. He did not care whether they used the power to bind him to his oath or search for truth. He was not sure they could do either, but who really knew what an Aes Sedai could do? So Gareth Bryn was consort to the Queen of Andor, who was trained up to at least a level of accepted. Worked closely with Elida because she was the consigliere of fucking Queen of Andor, and he's like a smart dude. He's not, he's got a high court, placement, and he's a lord, and he doesn't even know how the One Power works or what I say I can do with it.
Yeah, he's capped.
It's just it's an interesting little thing. Like even someone in his position does not understand the one power or what it's capable of. Could you imagine what the general populace thinks of like Aes Sedai and stuff? They must think they're like freaking living gods.
Well,
With all that
that's
they
the
can
question. Do you think that they did bind him? All of these women touched his head.
Yeah.
Drink.
Is he bound?
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Drink. Okay, that's yours. This one's
There's
mine.
the BDSM. There's a little bit of BDSM in that.
Yeah, I heard it.
Implication, and I enjoy it.
Okay, well, yeah, I heard it.
There's all kinds of drinking obligations in the men chapter.
That picture made me a little gassed.
So, oh, little baby Josh.
Sassy Josh.
All right, so I'm just gonna read a couple lines and see if you guys think it's a drinking obligation. All right?
Okay.
Shoot.
Sounds good.
Logain had managed to overpower Swan for a time with sheer hugeness.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
Jesus, Dan, that's not fair.
Like, are you serious? Come
All
on,
right.
don't do that. We're gulping for that one.
All right, keep it handy.
Got it.
Wait, you guys said it was vodka? What kind of vodka?
All right, so this might be just get up Puppet Dan Tompkins here, but there is a quote. As if men's thoughts had brought her, Swan came stumping down the stairs, a bundle of white under her arm. In Detroit, man, a bundle of white, it costs about $20. So,
if we're talking drug
I'm wondering
references, I
why she
will
was
bring it.
smuggling her coke under
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
arm.
she's like
Yeah.
she's
This
moving her nostril like this when she comes down too.
What's one?
Thumbing her
Just the term,
nostril.
a bundle of white. I was like, whoa, gosh.
All right.
Gosh,
Just-
I've heard that
White
before.
is the
Dan,
only
are you saying
Yeah.
snort if you got him?
She's
Nope.
she's definitely
I'm saying
hoovering
there's
some
no shame,
shit.
bro.
He's saying anti. I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I know
finally,
that-
so here's. Oh, go ahead.
That was a big. LSD mushrooms, probably good for you in some ways to figure out yourself, but not cocaine or meth or heroin or any of the things that are going to fuck up your brain and make you psychotic and kill you.
Yes,
The more
I
you
agree.
know.
Little
LSD
way
right
of
now.
belief might be necessary. Yeah.
Believe, baby.
Ryan, put on the snow. There we go.
That works.
It's raining bundles of white.
It's raining out of Swan's armpits.
All right, so
Do
you guys
you
don't-
realize the street value of the snow?
and you have a woolly mammoth sweatshirt. All right,
call this-
final thing. Is this a drinking obligation? She was beating Brian over the head with his saddlebags.
Well, if you stop at beating Brian, then cheers.
With his saddlebags, like I was picturing his nuts slapping his face.
If she said
That
her
sounds
saddlebag,
like
it could have been her boobs.
His own nuts. Like he was,
What?
you know, inverted.
Saddlebags?
Yeah, that, you don't have- you don't-
Inverted,
you
like
don't call
I'm not
your
drinking for that
butt
one.
saddlebags? Come on, guys.
no. Hey, Josh, how long can you put up for this?
I don't know.
A good question, right? Just kidding.
Yeah. So this is where the vision that Min has of the bull ripping the roses from around its neck
Yes.
comes in too, which
So-
throwing off the shackles of the Queen of Andor, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
In his allegiance to the crown, to the white lion throne, or whatever it's called.
Are we still in chapter 28?
Yes.
Okay, they all blend together. Thank you.
Yeah, we're in the midden portion of this chapter now.
Yeah, we're in the last page.
Yeah, we're
There's not
almost done
too-
with it though.
Yeah, there's not too much more after that in this chapter. This is when Logain picks up a bit because he actually speaks and isn't just silently pouty humming Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
We also see that shit rolls downhill.
Oh
Swan's
man, yeah, this is a
You wash
bummer.
his shit and then clean
Fuck
his
you,
boots.
Swan.
Yeah, immediately passes the buck.
It was her oath.
Yeah. Not only that. Oh, and then you could clean his boots too.
Yeah, fuck you.
What
She's
a
like, I'm
asshole.
doing important scheming.
Yeah, I have important stuff to do, and all you want to do is pine after Rand.
So we're gonna
frustrating.
jump into this last chapter. We're not taking a break, Ryan. You have a guest here. We're this last
No.
chapter is only 5 pages.
I'm in there.
Wait, go ahead.
No, there's no break. There's no break. I just want to say, Josh, I love you.
We all
Okay.
We're about to kicking off
Kay,
the show.
I see a hand, Kay.
Thank you. Ah!
I
Mute
love Kay.
yourselves on
I'm pretty fond of
Discord.
Josh, but it's Kay that I love.
I'm sorry. What's say again? Okay.
Pretty fond of the other puppets, but
Hey,
it's
da, da, da.
Tom that I love.
Woohoo!
Oh dang!
Oh,
dang!
Hey,
Oh dang!
I know it's gonna be a brawl on Discord.
This last chapter is
Anyways.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Wait,
it is.
I think
can I
it's
say
fun.
something about the last chapter? Not the last chapter, but the one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
go ahead, Kay.
All right, just a quick thingy. I know we're about to go to 28 or 29. 20. I don't
29.
have the numbers correct.
We're about to go to 20.
We're about to go to 29. We're finishing 28.
Thank you. I don't have nothing to say about 28.
Thank you.
I only wanted to say something about 27.
Are you preempting 29?
Wait, 27? Go for it.
Just
Before we get
quickly,
to go on then.
Sure, why
It
not?
was super stupid how they ended it, and it left me on pins and needles, and I hated it, and it was uncomfortable.
Did you
It's
feel
just,
unfulfilled?
we took shelter for the night in a barn near Core Springs. I'm going to remind you because Josh does not do this when he brings up something very important.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's like,
Yeah.
we talked about it last week. Remember? Anyways,
Thanks for the context.
I'm reading it. I love you, Joshy Pie. Sussy. We took shelter for the night in a barn near Core Springs in Andor. Bryn is the lord there, and ...
That
Anyways,
was
it
the barn
very
that burned down.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Doesn't matter. It's just
And
And
Why?
if you wanna,
What bothers you about how it ends?
what?
Why does that bother you that it ends like that?
You don't know me very well, Josh.
what's happening?
No, explain
Is it not? Is it just not fulfilling? I mean, we already know the story. We read it.
I don't like it. It's very unsettling that there's no context to dot as the end of an entire very important, I thought, chapter. And I'm sorry I was not here to say that earlier, but I'm also gonna tell you you're welcome that I'm saying it now.
A little Maui reference there.
Okay. Huh?
You're welcome.
You're
Sorry.
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I heard a freaking fraction of your thing. That was amazing,
A
Tom.
freaking fraction.
A freaking fraction.
It's an alliteration. That's an alliteration. I've ever heard. Anyway, okay. Memories of Saldea is the next chapter, and it's pretty rough. A little gruesome.
Raven
My favorite.
icon. We got Morgan's tattoo icon.
Mm-hmm. And it just so happens it's a dark friend.
It's Hadnan
Okay.
Kadir.
Double ravens.
He got a message that said, "You are not alone among strangers. A way has been chosen." And he's like, "What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck? Fucking chosen. All right, it's probably Forsaken, but man, it looks like it's in an Aiel woman's hand. And I don't know about any Aiel dark friends, but there's gotta be."
Yeah. So this was a question that I wanted to ask Kay and Josh specifically about this part here. Was so he is
I'm back.
so yay. So he knew that he was able to infer that this was written by a woman based off the handwriting, and because of the way they formed the letters, he knew it was an Aiel.
And Aiel. So
Do you all think that it's possible for a wise one or a clan chief to be a dark friend?
I have an alternative question. Are we frozen on your end or just on
Nope.
ours?
Just on yours.
Okie dokie.
No shruzzing.
That's good. We can do that. We can work with that. That's fine.
I don't know. I can't tell if you're frozen. Why don't you get up and do a little twist for us, and then I'll. Oh no!
Oh no!
Now they're gone.
Damn. Just as I was going to try to apply manipulation. Anyway, so what do you?
So I think I did mention this, and I'll bring the context back. Maybe last show or the show before, we were talking about whether an Aiel could be a dark friend.
Yep.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was Matt's.
I still think, that this is Matt's sex fuck buddy that is the dark friend that wrote the note. But
my question mainly is because the Aiel, specifically the clan chiefs and the wise ones, have to go into that ter'angreal to become a clan chief and or a wise one.
Right.
And it kind of weeds people out. We don't really, it weeds people out that aren't strong enough to, deal with the fact that the Aiel used to be the Tuatha on. But do you think it has a process to maybe even weed out people tied to the shadow? Or could a wise one, do you think a clan chief or a wise one could walk into that ter'angreal as a dark friend and come back out? Chat too. Like if chat wants to weigh in on this, I'd be interested. I'm just interested to see what y'all think on this.
That's a great question.
Ryan, Dan, anybody?
No, Furls, that's a great question. Jesus.
So what it brings up for me is, so is it the pattern that is being executed? Is the software that the ter'angreal run the pattern?
That's a good
and if it is, the pattern doesn't give a shit about light or dark.
Yay, they're back. Sorry.
Wait.
Which makes me think that they could easily traverse it and they wouldn't be weeded out, because the thing that is the software that device runs doesn't care about one's allegiance, but instead the due process of the thing that it's doing, right? It's like, it's a tertiary question.
Okay. So Kay, my question was, so Hadnan Kadir gets a letter from a dark friend who is an Aiel. So my question was, do you think it's possible for a clan chief or a wise one to be a dark friend, seeing as though they have to walk into that ter'angreal to become a wise one or a clan chief, and it kind of weeds people out the ter'angreal? Like some people die in it.
Okay, I unmuted. This is my opinion, that I absolutely do believe that wise ones can be dark friends.
Okay.
I don't remember the reason though, and I know that it was said in one of the chapters. There's a thing, and I'll find it. I'll make better notes.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna do that, because this is not sufficient. So, chapter 29.
Do you Kindle?
I do not have a Kindle.
She's old school.
Because you can highlight things in the Kindle and then type notes. Really nice. That's what I do. That's why I seem so organized. It's just really leaning on the Kindle.
It's a Kindle hack? Okay. Well,
you
maybe
could just
I need
literally
to get me one of
highlight
those
things
then for this
and then choose a
specific
color
reason.
And then type notes. It's fantastic.
Does being a Satan worshiper
I'm sorry.
somehow preclude being able to mentally deal with the true history of the Aiel?
That is part of the reason. Yes, that is why why we think some of them get weeded out, but we don't know for sure as of right now.
Do they get weeded out because they have not red hair? I mean, I'm about to turn mine copper.
Ooh, that's a
trying to be more like.
If it is true,
not really. Actually, it just is a good look for me. But anyway,
wouldn't want to be more like. Sorry.
If it is true that it's their bloodline, their genome's bloodline, who they witness in the heart of the city, only the wise women go through the ter'angreal, just to be clear.
No, the men go in it too.
No.
Yeah, the men go into the glass columns.
Yeah, and the women go into the glass columns too, but they don't go
And
through the rings.
They don't go through the rings yet.
But don't you think, Josh? Don't you think that like some of the wise women are absolutely capable of channeling, or do you not think that? I mean, that's what I think. I guess I'll just say that.
No, we know they can channel.
Wise women can channel.
Yeah, we know.
Well,
they
I
can.
mean,
what does that have to do with?
We've seen they can channel.
Shit, man. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but what, I mean, how does their
You're
ability
right,
to
you're
channel factor into whether or not they could be dark friends?
I think that they are using it in. I felt like they were being a little bit deceitful in the way that they described how they can or cannot channel to the other people in the book. The other characters in the book, okay? And myself reading the book. So it was a little bit confusing.
Okay.
And I thought that it was necessary for being like a dark friend or maybe like a chosen. They mentioned chosen in this chapter. And I don't understand what the difference is between being a dark friend and being a chosen.
The chosen
are
one and the same? They're one.
No, the
different.
chosen are like Lanfear and Semiurge and Mogideon.
Who people
That
call
helps me
Forsaken.
none. I want a description of what
Who people call the Forsaken.
factors.
Okay, who people call the Forsaken, they refer to themselves as the Chosen.
They're like the disciples because they've been chosen by the Great Lord.
Okay.
So, like, Ravine and Demandrid, Ishamael, Samiel.
Yeah, all the Forsaken, they call themselves Chosen. So if
Right.
dark friends refer to them as Chosen as well. If you're on the dark side, you call him the Great Lord and Chosen. If you're on the light side, you call them Dark Friends and Forsaken.
And
So if they're just dark friends, then they're just not.
Chosen
They're
or
just
Forsaken.
they're not forsaken if they're dark friends, but they are forsaken if they're chosen.
well, no, a Forsaken is a dark friend, but a dark friend is not Forsaken.
Right.
Is anybody else a teensy weensy confused? I know everyone else has mostly read these things, like not anyone here on the screen.
There's 13 Forsaken.
Who do you think
There
I'm
were-
asking? You think I'm asking Tom, the genius here that has all the facts, that knows all the people? I'm
Yeah.
asking
No,
Dan, who's read it a bunch of times. I'm asking Josh.
Yeah, no,
Probably.
that's what we're saying.
I'm asking Josh.
Anything that's called a
I know the answers.
Forsaken, if you're a dark friend, you call them Chosen.
Okay.
They're like the generals of the Dark
DF
One.
equals chosen,
There you go.
Yep.
not forsaken.
So Hadnan Kadir, Isendre shows up. She's been shaved by the maidens for
Drink!
trying to see Rand again.
Oh, yeah, I had that
Shaved!
marked.
Let's drink.
The maidens shaved her. I had that marked. That was a pink highlight.
He's
What is
trying. He's trying to convince them to convince her to continue to go fuck Rand, and she's like, "I can't. And he's like, don't worry about it, and then kills her.
Yeah, this is one of the only. Also, want to point out this is one of the only times we have like a very blatant, overt conversation about sex.
Right.
Like it's like literally one of the only ones we've had so far.
Isendre's good.
Yeah, apparently she's the bomb in bed.
Yeah,
apparently.
she's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, did you pick up? Hold on, let me find it. She talks
We should
about
have first to say is Isendre fucks.
That's Andre Fox. We definitely need that. She says something that Asmodean or Natil, because they don't know it's Asmodean, says to her, "I wanted to see if you guys picked up on its meaning because I thought it was funny." She talks about how she bones Natal all the time, and she says, "Not that he tells me anything other than wait, be patient, keep silent, and make accommodations with fate."
Oh my gosh, I think that's like drink, 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 and drink. So
all right, yeah, why?
But,
Yeah.
So
It says, wait, be patient, keep silent, make accommodations with fate.
Hey,
Whatever.
because be silent. If it was taken out of context, it would have made sense.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's like oath keepers.
Oh, wow.
Hey, stand by, stand proud.
Yeah.
Also, we were just thirsty.
Stand down, stand by.
I was
What do
just
you-
like,
what do
let
you
me
think
drink
he
because I'm
means?
thirsty. Because I'm thirsty.
What do you guys think he means by make accommodations with fate?
Oof.
Remember, he's a musician, so like he's a bit of a poet.
Oof.
Oh, you
He's
guys, by us.
All y'all.
Any
He's
thoughts?
basically saying,
Dovie, you got
Resolve
anything to say?
yourself
You're
to
here on the
dying.
show.
I was looking at the book when you guys asked that question.
no, you're all good.
Okay.
He's basically telling her to shut up, keep your mouth shut, and just accept that you're gonna die. That's basically what he's telling her. And she's just too dumb to figure that out, and he is playing with her because, he's a Forsaken. I just thought that was funny.
Well, he's like making her work for him, and
Literally.
and she also had a debt to pay to him, as I recall. Some sort
Yes.
of thing like weird. I felt like it was a previous life, like they knew each other somewhere else, but I don't know if I made sense out of that.
No, I think she just, she's hot and, is
She's
good in
hot and
bed.
bothered, and there's like, okay.
And Asmodean just wants a piece of that egg.
That happens.
Mm.
Is there anything else we want to talk about in this
In
chapter?
this chapter, I mean, he kills her because he thinks that she's gonna,
Reveal him.
she's being broken by the maiden, so that she might give up that she's a dark friend. So to be safe.
There is a little backstory about his sister.
Yeah, who he also
yeah.
killed.
Yep. Every time he kills a woman, he pictures his sister, which is
And then
man
he
dark
put
as
his-
fuck. This
his
chapter is
left
dark
part
as
of
fuck.
body while humming a lullaby that she taught him.
It reminds me of a recent
Pretty dark.
news thingamajig that we saw that was terrifying. Yeah.
Say again?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
She is saying Blues Clues.
I did say Blues Clues.
Yeah, she's like, is that-
Fine.
it
I was
reminds
like,
her-
Blues Clues seems perfectly fitting in this moment,
Yeah.
in this context. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
When it comes, it makes me want to wag my tail, and when it comes, I want to shout, man.
Oh no, this is
No,
getting dark.
it's getting really dark for us
yeah.
over here. Yeah.
And then he he takes out a butcher's knife because he says it would be much easier to dispose of the body.
Yeah, this is all crazy. Yeah. No. All bad. Whew.
Okay, I have a question about this chapter.
Shoot.
Thank you. Is a nightmare world different than Tel'aran'rhiod? That's a dream world, but like, is there a nightmarish type
Oh,
of?
good. Yeah, good
World.
question.
That's a
That's
good
my-
point.
That's my only question.
So Tel'aran'rhiod is the world of not good dreams, but all dreams.
Okay, but like also, what there was a specific part in this last chapter where
I think I
they
know what you're thinking.
spoke about.
Mm.
Okay, you want to
Is it the
finish
part
because
where
I won't
they-
remember the whole thing.
Is it the part
Right.
where I forgot who mentions it, but someone mentions about being possibly getting stuck in someone else's
Stuck in
dream?
a nightmare.
Yep. So
Like somebody
I'm-
comes out of a nightmare and they talk
Raphael.
about I think getting
Yep.
stuck in a nightmare.
if you and Josh want to talk about that, you can, but I'm a Raffo.
Yes, Raffo.
Yep. I'll take the heat.
You
I want all
deserve
the smoke.
it.
All right, so for next week, we are getting through 3 chapters. I think we can say 4.
We did 4. We did it.
Well, that was because
we did
4
4
was
today,
like
and
super
despite
cheap.
every obstacle, we still did 4. Let's see, 30. Yeah, let's do 30 through 33. Then that's 40. That's 32 pages. That shouldn't be too bad. And actually, next week is going to be fun. We have a chapter in here called "The Far Snows," We have a chapter called A Short Spear. So people that know.
Yes.
A short spear. That was my stage name for a little while.
Really? That's my porn name.
That's an unfortunate station name and a poor name. I'm sorry, but for both
Yeah,
of you.
no, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
Jesus.
So your first pet's name is Short, and you grew up on Spear Street?